Today, remember this. The worthwhile goal isn't to never feel bad. It's just to notice more often when you do. Now, given that you've chosen to spend a few minutes here listening to me, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that maybe you've heard this before. Mindfulness is king these days, after all. And its whole premise is based on the idea of noticing. Noticing what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. So maybe you've heard this before. But so what if you already know these things? I already know these things, and a fat lot of good it does me. The problem for me isn't that I don't know this stuff. It's that I forget it again and again and again. That's one of the reasons that I start these reflections with a simple prompt to just remember. Because I find when I'm in some unpleasant state, maybe I'm frustrated, anxious, sad, taking a moment to just notice, pay attention, really drill down into what I'm experiencing, that feels a little bit like finding a foothold on the situation. It's not an escape hatch. It's not a get out of jail free card from the discomfort. It doesn't solve the problem. I'm still in the unpleasant situation. Still, what's frustrating me is still frustrating me. But it allows just a small shift in perspective that helps restore some balance. Because I find it surprisingly difficult to be aware of something and completely swept up and controlled by it at the same time. This came up for me recently, actually, in a situation that no amount of mindfulness practice has ever adequately prepared me for, doing battle with my home internet. I was trying to do an on-demand spin class, and the video just kept buffering. I'd get my speed up, I'd get into a rhythm, and then the video would freeze. Just for a few seconds, but it would happen again and again. So annoying. Now, conditions were not optimal for pristine mindfulness. I was out of breath, I was overheating, and I was having my aims vexed by technology repeatedly. But at some point, it occurred to me that this was what it was. There was nothing to be done about the situation. The internet wasn't going to magically fix itself. The class wasn't all of a sudden going to start running smoothly. If I wanted to get this workout done, these were the less than ideal terms. And when I realized this, a few things changed. Not the buffering, not the frustration, those things stuck around, but they all of a sudden had a little bit more room around them. I still rolled my eyes every time the video froze, but I felt a lot more at ease. So today, remember this. Sometimes the goal isn't to feel better. Sometimes it's simply to notice more. And the strange thing is, I find when I do notice something more clearly that's bothering me, I tend to feel a lot bigger somehow than that frustration. The unpleasant situation, yes, is still very much there, but now it has to share the spotlight with awareness. And awareness gives me choices. A question to take with you. What's something that you've been trying to change that maybe actually first you just need to notice more clearly? Talk soon.